Greetings, YouTube. I had an ethics debate with myself for a while before recording this video. Because you see, I've had two main complaints about Battlegrounds. And I know the first one we've talked about a couple times on this channel. I'm not going to, deliberate and talk about it for longer than it needs to be. I'm not going to deliberate and waste time. But of course, the nodes are far from ideal. For people who don't have a SIG 200 Namor, or don't have Venom, or don't have Colossus, some of the A plus counters that that some people are using to, I don't want to say easily win, but sort of, win. That's understandable. But I decided not to show. I had about 12 screenshots of people that are using counters that aren't the people I just named and still winning matches. People that have shown in the past, based off of screenshots and videos and other evidence, that they could be modding, that they could be nefariously acting in Battlegrounds, and yet they didn't get a permanent ban. They seem to be back at it again. And I'll describe these incidents without showing screenshots to protect, because if there's a 90% chance that somebody's a modder, there's a 10% chance they're innocent. And I just didn't feel comfortable, even though ironically the sirens are going off in the background of me recording this. I don't know if you can hear them through my computer. But I didn't feel comfortable knowing that, if I'm going to put a name out there where it could be somebody that just happens to have the best skills ever and is using a counter that somebody like me would easily melt away after 10 or 15 seconds, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk. But let's say you're using a counter that typically would have somebody lose, I don't know, at least half the time, 100% health, but for sure, even if they're fighting perfectly, and I don't even know exactly what that entails with this electric defense node, but they end the fight after 40 seconds and they haven't lost any health, right? And it just seems suspicious. It seems kind of crazy. Well, Kabam has assured us that they have, over the course of the last season, and even going back to a couple seasons ago, put checks and balances in place to not just catch modders mid-season, but definitely catch them as the season ends. And there is a decent amount of time between seasons. But enough cases have been submitted to my channel that have shown the opposite of this, that I'm just sitting here thinking, is Kabam really sure their software is working? But here's the thing about conspiracies. When I ask this question, you have people in the comments who say, Prof, Kabam knows that some people are modding. Now, the real conspiracy theorists, like the true conspiracy theorists, say it's Kabam that's modding, and I can't get behind that. I don't have the evidence to back that up, but that's what they're saying. But, one of the theories is, yeah, they know that people are skirting the rules, and they just don't care because it makes them money, or it's not worth putting the man, woman, employee power behind truly stopping this issue. We are now on Season 4 of Battlegrounds. That cannot be disputed. 3 seasons are complete. We've seen modder examples and certainly complaints in all 3 of the previous seasons before this. This is the most competitive, in some ways the most rewarding, and I think certainly the most played mode in the game now. It has often been called the best mode in the game, which is why people get so frustrated when they feel like cheaters are still prospering. There are people who are far better at Battlegrounds and far more knowledgeable of what it would take to not mod that have contacted me saying, Prof, this is still a huge problem. I need to know from the comment section, I need to know from my fellow summoners, what are you seeing out there? What do you think? Do you think there's some truth that Kabam just turns a blind eye? Do you think there's some truth that Kabam can't stop this problem? Do you think there's some truth that Kabam might be encouraging this problem? Let me know in the comments. All I know is the complaints about modders have just increased in the first half of a week to now going on a full week in the next few days of this new season. And it's my job as a channel to report to you what I'm hearing on the ground and on the front lines of Battlegrounds. And that's what I'm hearing.